Okay, so it's not too often that I get to make a YouTube video talking about my career, what I actually do, when I'm not making YouTube videos, which is being a firefighter. I really, truly enjoy my job. I love helping my community in their most dire times. People call 911 when they truly need help, and it's in an emergency. That's why they call 911. However, you wouldn't be surprised, though, that how many people abuse 911 and just do the absolutely dumbest things, especially when it comes to not only harming themselves, but also harming others. And we're going to get into this. We're going to get into something that happened around 4th of July. Of course, I worked 4th of July, so it was definitely an interesting time to be at work. But I want to go over something that a content creator that, again, I've never heard about. I don't mean to be offensive about that, but a content creator that I've never heard about doing something that I am bewildered. Like, I'm truly bewildered on what he's doing, because as a grown-ass adult, you really don't think that, setting fireworks off in your house would be a good idea, but this is what somebody did. Now, I understand what he's trying to do, which is shock content, trying to get people to talk about him, trying to get these, viral clips out there to where he's out there, which is kind of what this video is. I'm talking about him. So I guess he's getting what he wants. However, I want to give you guys my perspective of being a firefighter and seeing what I'm seeing through my eyes and what I'm thinking about watching this video. So we're going to break it down. I'm going to get into it. This is actually a 2-minute long video that somebody was able to come up with from this person's stream. This is just a clip from his stream of what he did of setting off this Pikachu firework in his house. And I just want to talk about what I am thinking about. Now, this is from Sub Optimus. He was that one that kind of gave me this idea, because I really did not see this clip up until today. And that's, again, just what surprises me the most, because I worked 4th of July. We had a couple of house fires that day, of people just setting off fireworks outside that eventually caught their house on fire, or, somebody, was putting out a cigarette on a deck, which caught their deck on fire. It truly makes me wonder, what are we doing wrong in society? What do we need to do, at least on the firefighting side, to help improve people's, knowledge when it comes to protecting themselves and protecting people, especially when it comes to living in an apartment or something like that, where you're protecting others because you're being responsible. I don't know what we need to do, but man, it is incredible to see what people will do, especially when it comes to content creating, of what stakes they will put up in being able to create content, shot content, to get people's eyes on them. So let's get into this. Let's watch the video. It's about 2 minutes long, and I'll be kind of freeze framing stuff like that. And again, I don't know who IshowSpeed is, and this is not offense to him. I think what he did was dumb, but I don't want him to take offense. I just don't know who the hell he is. But again, I don't expect anybody to know who I am. So anyway, this person is setting a firework. Hold on. Time out. Time out. It is already dumb enough to be setting off a firework inside. Like, this thing's gonna be shooting off sparks. There's already combustible stuff in there. Petroleum products, from your bed sheets to the floor, the carpet. There's so many things in here that's gonna burn, catch on fire, and gonna be causing severe smoke development and heat. And this is just, I'm looking at this. Not only is he setting off a firework inside his house, he's setting a firework off on top of other fireworks. Now, if you guys haven't seen some of the viral, clips that come out of people, they set off a bottle rocket, they set off a firework, some type of sparkler or stuff like that, and it lands next to, a different, a pile of different fireworks, and it sets them all off. That's exactly what I'm thinking right here. I am thinking that whatever this firework is going to spark and cause all those fireworks to catch on fire, which eventually is going to catch his room and possibly house or apartment, wherever he lives at, on fire, and cause so much damage. And God forbid he get trapped, a family member get trapped, somebody, if he lives in an apartment, somebody getting trapped in the room they can't get out. To me, I'm just looking at this going, how in the world did no consideration whatsoever of people that live in this house or apartment? I don't know exactly where he lives at. Why was that not taken into consideration? Now, again, he's doing this all for shock content. But what is it worth? What is it truly worth to try to get people to view your content? This is insane. I just don't get it. I truly don't. as somebody that makes YouTube videos and talks about, video games, pop culture, whatever it might be, I'm just looking at this as a firefighter going, how incredibly idiotic this is and how incredibly dangerous it is. But this person is doing it just to get views, to get noticed out there. And it just makes me wonder what people later on, seeing the amount of attention that this person is getting for setting off a firework in their room, what is the next person going to do when it comes to shock content to get eyes on them? Some already setting off a firework, setting a firework on top of other fireworks. It blows me away. So anyway, sets firework off. I don't know how in the world you can be surprised of the reaction that you're going to be getting. You're going to be lighting a match and you're going, oh. Like, what do you think it's gonna do? What do you think the firework is gonna do? I don't get it. Are you stupid? I don't understand. Again, what type of? I'm not understanding. I don't understand this reaction. I truly don't. Now, like I said, I mean, look at the amount of sparks that are coming off of this thing. Look at the amount of things that this thing could catch on fire. Now, I'll say this too. We've been in hoarder house fires. Hoarder house fires where people are just hoarders blocking different entrances, blocking windows to where people can't get out. People are stuck in their house because they hoard and there's no way to get out. And there's a fire in their house. Now, I'm not saying that he's a hoarder, but I'm just looking at his room going, is there an egress? Is there a way to get out? Is there a way to get out of the house, out of the apartment? Do other people have this same type of pathway to get out? I don't understand why we've come to such a point that we just don't take in consideration of others, but we want to do it just for the views, just for the content. So of course, yes, it's going to spark off. Each one of those sparks, it lands, it could land and catch a fire. I mean, this thing's shooting off everything. I don't get it. I truly don't. I truly don't. I mean, this is insane. It's spinning around. He knocks it down. I mean, the first thing you could have done is not set it off. Like, if you wanted to set it off, go outside. And it's crazy to know that this thing is sparking next to other fireworks. There are other fireworks, things that could do the exact same thing that this thing's doing. Sets that firework on top of those other things. What is shock content worth, man? This is crazy. And it makes me so sad because people are going to watch that. Young people that can get influenced so easily are going to watch this going, man, this guy's crazy. He's setting off firework inside. Look at the amount of attention. Look how many views he's getting. Man, what can I do to one-up him and shock content and one-up what he just did? I gotta figure it out. That's what scares me the most. So anyway, yeah, going off again. Every single one of those sparks could be catching catch the carpet on fire, catch the bedding on fire, the pillows, the cardboard box, the other fireworks that are on top of the fireworks, the fireworks that are on. So, yeah, I don't know. Apparently, after the firework was shot off and all the sparks were going off, then the consideration of the other fireworks on his bed were there. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear. I don't know if I have the volume all the way down or not, but his mom is freaking out about a possible fire in the house, and he's denying it. And it's like, you got smoke in the house. You got a fire alarm going off. I truly don't know, man. I truly don't know what to say. That shock content, trying to get your name out there, trying to create things in order to create notoriety for yourself, trying to get your name out there. Now, somebody actually speeds this up, and you got a firefighter in here. It makes me so disappointed, and it makes me scared for what the future looks like when it comes to content creators and trying to get your name out there. You know, trying to create good content is not the game anymore. It's trying to get shock stuff out there to where trying to just create the most just obnoxious, scary thing out there to get as many views as possible. So anyway, yeah, most likely than anything, you know, an active alarm went off, a smoke alarm went off, which activated the fire. Fire, you know, either went there as a single truck, you know, a fire alarm, you know, what kind of responses are around here, you know, 1 or 2 truck fire responses to a smoke alarm going off in somebody's house. I'm assuming that with the way that this guy's kitted up, he has his mask on, he has his SCBA on, he has a tool. I'm assuming this came out as a regular house fire. And they came out ready to go to put a fire out in the house. Room and content fire. So again, like I said, somebody is fast forwarding this on the stream. So you can see he's in his bunker pants. He's got his SCBA mask on. He has his Halligan out. And pretty much at this point, when we get there and there's no fire, we're just investigating. We're trying to figure out exactly what happened. What was the reason why we got called out for a house fire? And is there, even though we might not see too much smoke on the outside, how much smoke is inside? Is there a fire that we can't see, can't detect? Was it within the walls? Where could it possibly be? So you're going to be seeing this firefighter doing a little bit of investigation, as well as the other crews that you cannot see that are off camera. There's probably about, I would assume, 5 or 6 fire trucks outside. That's, you know, the chief, ladder trucks, engines, and stuff like that are outside. There's probably already other people doing an investigation, already trying to look around the house to see if there's any extension whatsoever of the fire. But also, too, when it comes to this being an apartment, if he lives in an apartment, you're going to other apartment rooms trying to get people out of the building that might not be out, depending on what time of day this is, which I'm assuming is during, you know, the middle of the day. A lot is going on right now with this being called out as a house fire, and you're just kind of seeing just one individual on camera. So I think this is actually his tick, or no, those are his gloves. Sorry. You are going to be seeing him use a thing that we call a tick, which is actually right here, the perfect shot. So this is a thermal imaging camera, and for those that don't know, what we use this for is that when it comes to fires, you're trying to find the seed of the fire, which you're trying to find like the most hottest point in the house. And most of the time, when it comes to putting out a room and contents fire or your house fire, you have smoky conditions where you can't see, you know, your hand in front of your face. So you use this thermal imaging camera to kind of detect exactly where flames are at to put water on the fire. But when it comes to calls like this, where you see smoke, but you don't see fire, you're trying to look on the thermal imaging camera to find out exactly where the hottest spot is. Where are the hot spots within the house where we have to be concerned about and do a little bit more investigation? Maybe we have to tear out a wall. Maybe we have to tear out a socket. Whatever it might be. A lot of stuff goes into this, and you're kind of seeing exactly what the ramifications are of somebody doing a dumb, stupid act for clicks and views to what is happening right now with somebody pulling emergency resources, pulling in, you know, several fire trucks to a house that somebody did something incredibly dumb and investigating something that didn't need to happen. This person did not need to set off fireworks, did not need to pull crews away from stuff that could actually happen. Like, the crazy thing that a lot of people I don't think know is that when people call 911, especially when it comes to a house fire, that pulls so many resources away from a city that people could be using. Like, for this call, 5 fire trucks, that's pulling away so much resources that somebody could be having a code 1, code. Somebody could be dead and need CPR. But because people are on this house fire, that person's not getting the quickest response from the different departments within the city. This is stealing away resources from people that truly need it, and it's a damn shame. So anyway, this is the guy. He's fully kitted up, got his hat on, got all this stuff on. Doesn't have his mask on, but there's no reason to have your mask on right now. Looking through the thermal imaging camera just to see what hot spots there are. And it's pretty much just going to be finishing up with this. This is what he's going to be doing, and this is what we usually do when it comes to just trying to figure out, investigate what caused the fire, what's going on, and to make sure that there's no fire. There's nothing. We're not going to leave, the scene, and then all of a sudden, it kicked back off, and we have to come back to put it out a real house fire. The great thing about this clip The great thing about this clip is that for those that don't know, when it comes to fires and the fires that that get set, there's always an investigation. There's always an investigation to figure out what caused the fire and what happened. Where did it travel? How did it start and stuff like that? And a fire investigator will come out and investigate it. With this video, this shows exactly what caused the fire, the intent to start a fire, and it's pretty much evidence to show negligence. And I don't know if they'll get him on more than that, but this is showing pretty much up front. Here is the proof. Here's the negligence on camera of him setting a fire, setting up a firework that would start a fire. Now, the argument might be, well, I didn't know the firework would start sparks and could cause a fire. I don't know exactly how much that would set up in court, but from just this, I mean, I'm glad the investigators have this evidence. And I hope, IShowSpeed gets prosecuted because this is the most dangerous thing that you could possibly do. And it just needs to be shown to the public that this is not something that should be done by anybody. You should not be setting off fireworks in a house. You should be not setting off fireworks inside in an apartment. You are causing trouble. You are causing unneeded stress to others for a just idiotic act that did not need to be done. So anyway, wanted to let you guys know what my feelings are and what my opinion is about this. It is really goofy. And I do hope something comes out of it where, charges are filed, because an example needs to be set and people can be seeing this going, well, there's the evidence. Yeah, neglect. So anyway, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please have a great rest of the day. Look forward to talking to you guys all next time.